Welcome to Woosh TV. In this video we are going to talk about the top 10 dangerous bridges in the world. Before starting this video, like this video, and subscribe to Woosh TV for future updates. Who doesn't enjoy driving across lengthy bridges in order to catch a glimpse of the setting sun? Well, I can say that bridges always have something unique to offer to their visitors. Every time you cross a bridge, the vista always leaves an indelible impression. But have you ever considered how it may be if you're crossing a 230-foot high zigzag bridge? Doesn't that sound dangerous? Let us take you on a tour of some of the world's most perilous bridges this time. These bridges are tall and offer spectacular views, but they are also perilous. Others, on the other hand, may be the longest and seem to go on forever. The top 10 most dangerous bridges in the world are as follows. Number 10. Deception Pass Bridge, Washington. This bridge can be seen at Washington's Deception Pass State Park. This bridge is 1,486 feet long and sits 180 feet above the water's surface. It was a Washington State Highways project with civilian, Conservation Corps young employees constructing project pieces. The completion of the bridge influenced the decision to create Naval Air Station, Whidbey Island, and aided the growth of Oak Harbor. The bridge is a popular tourist attraction in the Puget Sound region. Number 9. Garcia, Nepal. Garcia is a treacherous bridge in the Nepalese village of 𝐥𝐢𝐤𝐤. Aside from the fact that it was badly constructed, this bridge is used by a significant number of people and animals every day. The tiny bridge is built at a tremendous height. Also, it is exceedingly narrow, and extremely vulnerable to the frequent wind gusts that occur in this area. Locals have become accustomed to crossing the bridge, but not all travelers would be brave enough to do so. Despite the fact that the bridge appears to be fairly flimsy and rattled, it is extremely reliable and, more significantly, has high railings. Some shepherds use blinders on their animals to keep them quiet on the bridge. Thanks to flaps, animals conquer challenges calmly and aren't distracted by the Himalayan views. Number 8. Royal Gorge Bridge, USA. It's actually a tourist attraction in 𝐾𝐿 City, Colorado. It was erected in 1929 and was the world's highest bridge until 2003. The bridge, which was built by Chief Engineer 𝐥𝐤𝐤, and supported by 100 tons of steel, was supposed to hold more than 2 million pounds. This world wonder was created by a tenacious group of roughly 80 men. Most of them were inexperienced laborers at the time. There were no deaths or significant injuries. In 1931, a 3 feet, 914 millimeters, small gauge incline railway was erected down a shallow fissure just west of the north end of the bridge to the bottom of the canyon. Later that year, a guy from Pueblo, Colorado, committed suicide by jumping off the bridge. The bridge and the gorge walls were illuminated by a lighting system constructed in 1937. The bridge was rebuilt in 1982, with new anchor cables installed, bridge abutments replaced, and a wind cable system added to allow the bridge to resist winds of up to 125 miles per hour. The bridge withstood the Royal Gorge fire on June 11, 2013. The bridge was scarcely scattered, with only 100 boards burnt on one end, despite the fact that 90% of the park had been destroyed. The Royal Gorge Bridge was dubbed America's Bridge in 2018, in honor of the passionate group of American workers that built it and the timeless happiness millions have had while standing on the bridge's deck. Number 7. Aegwy-du-Midi Bridge. France is home to the Aegwy-du-Midi Bridge. If you have any type of cardiac ailment, I strongly advise you to avoid crossing this bridge. It is narrow and rises to around 12,600 feet above sea level. The Téléphérique de l'Aiguille-du-Midi, the world's tallest cable car, was erected in 1955, and held the distinction of world's highest cable car for over 2 decades. With a vertical ascent of 1,035 meters to 3,842 meters, it remains the world's greatest vertical ascension cable car. There are 2 sections, from Chamonix to the Plan de l'Aiguille at 2,317 meters, and then immediately to the top station at 3,777 meters. Without any support pillars, the building contains an elevator to the summit. The second part spans 2,867 meters, 1.781 miles, when measured directly, but only 2,500 meters, 1.6 miles, when measured horizontally. As a result, it is still the second longest span width when measured directly. The tramway takes 20 minutes to get from Chamonix to the top of the Aegwy du Midi, which has an elevation rise of almost 2,800 meters. A return adult ticket from Chamonix costs €46, as of the 9th of May 2012 to the 30th of November 2012, plus €3 for the lift to the summit. A panoramic viewing platform, a cafe, and a souvenir shop are all located on the Aegwy summit. The Vallée Blanche ski line starts here, and the neighboring 𝐥𝐸𝐬𝐷 refuge is, where one of the Mont Blanc summit routes begins. The Vallée Blanche aerial tramway crosses the Glacier du Géant from the Aegwy du Midi to Point Heilbronner, 3,462 meters, on the Italian side of the Mont Blanc Massif, summer months only. A cable car runs from La Palud, a town near 𝐥𝐸𝐬𝐷 in the Aosta Valley, to Point Heilbronner, Italy. Number 6. Langkawi Sky Bridge, Kedah, Malaysia. This pedestrian bridge, which was built in 2004, is 700 meters above sea level. The fantastic news is that it has been shuttered since January 2014 and may never reopen. Number 5. Marienbrücke, Germany. It is the world's most perilous bridge, and it is located in Germany. It was built to connect two cliffs, and it is located close to the Bavarian Alps. Number 4. Capilano Suspension Bridge, Canada. The Capilano Suspension Bridge spans the Capilano River in North Vancouver, British Columbia. This suspension bridge has a length of 450 feet and a height of 230 feet. This is also known as one of the world's most perilous suspension or hanging bridges. The Capilano Suspension Bridge connects you to towering evergreens, cedar-scented rainforest air and treetops adventure, a series of 7 suspended, footbridges that give views of the forest floor from 110 feet above. Cliffwalk is a labyrinth-like network of small cantilevered bridges, staircases, and platforms that follow a granite cliff along the Capilano River, with only 16 anchor points in the rock holding the structure. Number 3. Vitam River Bridge, Russia. Only a few people have ever made it across this bridge alive. Why is it so terrifying? It's frozen over for the majority of the year, isn't broad enough for a car, and lacks railings. The Vitam River is a prominent Lena River tributary. This terrible bridge, which is only 6 feet wide, and teeters precariously over the river, is a terrifying sight. It's an old structure with no railings that's too narrow even for a typical automobile to pass through. Drivers must travel a 6-foot-wide road in the Trans-Baikal region to cross the old Kuandinsky Bridge, which has no railings, or safety precautions to keep them from toppling into the icy water below. To make matters worse, the old metal structure is coated in hardwood planks, which can be treacherous owing to the snow and ice that frequently fall. The road across the bridge is part of the Hard Bam Road, which is one of the world's most difficult adventure roads. During the Siberian winter, the bridge becomes much more difficult to cross, since the wood becomes an ice slick with no traction. Surviving this bridge crossing is considered such a feat, that the 34 persons who have completed it have formed their own Facebook group. The historic railway bridge is only 50 feet above the river and is 570 meters long, 1,870 feet. It's barely wide enough for one car, and much of the year it's iced over. The bridge is in bad shape and demands a lot of courage to cross it. The route necessitates complete concentration. Take a page from the tortoise's book and remember that slow and steady wins the race. It's certainly breathtaking, and it's had a bad rep. It's still an adrenaline-pumping adventure, that's not for the faint of heart, lungs, or legs. The route is impossible to explain in words, and images do not do it justice. There are no fences or railings. The railway slippers are simply laid on top of the metal foundation and are not connected. Over the river, a strong wind blows. Number 2. Carrick Reed Rope Bridge, UK. Reed Rope Bridge is in Antrim Town, Northern Ireland, United Kingdom. This bridge's roadway is 21 meters long and stands at a height of 30 meters. Tourists must have a lot of guts to cross this bridge. Number 1. Trift Bridge, Switzerland. The Trift Bridge is located in the Gardmen Alps. This is a Swiss bridge that is 180 meters long and 110 meters high. The Trift Bridge spans the Trift Sea, a lake near Gardmen, Switzerland, where the Trift Glacier attracts over 20,000 people each year. The glacier was no longer high enough to transport guests to the Swiss Alpine Club's Trift Hut, therefore an earlier bridge was built in 2004. On June 12, 2009, a new bridge was inaugurated. It is one of the Alps' longest and tallest pedestrian bridges. 𝐦𝐨𝐫𝐞 is the name of the old bridge, which is now located in the canton of Uri. What do you think about this video? Do let us know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.